morning, everyone. I'm also very pleased to be here today and to have the opportunity to present our data here for such an esteemed audience. I would like to talk today about the determinants of renal function decline in chronic heart failure patients. And I would like to start by thanking all of the co-authors for helping us realize this study, and also the Dutch Heart Foundation for funding. I would like to start with a bit of background. I believe everyone here in the room knows that kidney function is a very important predictive marker in heart failure patients. We even heard it in a previous talk. But what is even more striking is that it is a more important predictive marker than left ventricular ejection fraction. And it's not only the baseline GFR that is important, but also the worsening of renal function is both predictive on survival and hospitalization of heart failure patients. And there is a very strong reciprocal mechanism between cardiac damage and renal damage. Both augment each other, and there are several factors that are implied in these mechanisms, and we were looking a bit more into detail in these factors. And we mostly focused on hemodynamics of the kidney and neurohormonal activation. So I would like to briefly recapitulate control mechanisms in the kidney. Here we have a very schematic overview of the kidney with, here you can see the glomeruli and the efferent and efferent arteriola, and these arrows represent the effect of renal plasma flow, and this is the glomerular filtration rate. Of course, the kidney consists of a lot of these units, and when we measure GFR, we try to establish how many functional units we have. But the story is a little bit more complicated, because in heart failure, perfusion is reduced, we get a reduction of GFR, and subsequently the kidney also acts by dilation of the efferent arteriole and constriction of the efferent arteriole to increase glomerular filtration pressure and maintain GFR, although this goes at the expense of effective renal plasma flow and therefore may predispose to hypoxia in the kidney. So the aims of our study were to identify factors associated with kidney function decline in chronic heart failure patients, and we did this by designing a study in which we included 120 patients from the outpatient clinic with systolic heart failure. They were on stable heart failure medication for at least 1 month. The design was a prospective observational cohort study with 3-year follow-up, and the primary outcomes were GFR and ERPF. And I would like to talk a bit more about the measurements we did, because I think this is what makes our study interesting, and especially the renal function measurements.